with Kirk, though? I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. Who you with Kirk? I'm in. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On it. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On it. I'm welcome to speak. Welcome to speak. Welcome to speak. I'm 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 welcome to speak. Who you with, Kirk, dog? Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kirk, dog. I'm Who You With, Kirk, dog. Happy Monday to everyone. Hope you had a great day today. It was a wonderful day for me. Any day I could get up and walk on the ground and the ground not walking on me, it's a great day. I want to welcome everyone to the show on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, Twitter. D Live is always in the house. You can live chat with us. Apparently that was a pretty hot topic last night. I've received messages into the early morning about the comments, but hey, that's what the show is all about. It's the, as Marcella Smith say all the time, it's the people show, and it's a platform that we can have open discussion and talk about different things. So you are always welcome here, as long as you've been honest and being respectful. So that's what we like about this show. Welcome to the show, Radio Chaos. Say, hey, Kurt, dog, you had a quite a night last night. Yes, I think I received messages last night until, well, I fell asleep on them last night, but then got up this morning, had a couple of more messages come in. So apparently that was a pretty hot topic, and everybody have their own opinion. You may not agree with what I'm saying, but the reality of it, it's your choice if you want to wear a mask or not. But out of respect, if you truly want to, if you are truly a patriot and want to get rid of this virus, why not wear a mask? That's what's going to help, because some people have been misinformed. They thinking wearing a mask is only going to help keep you from getting it, but it also will help keep you from spreading it if you have it and you don't know it. So definitely some people had some different opinions about that. Welcome to the show, Marcella Smith. Thank you for always tuning in. It's the People Show. Good day, everyone. So I wanted to do some other shows tonight, but I said, you know what, we're gonna follow up with what we did last night. Uh, oh, you read the comments? Hey, so you see what was being said. S8 hour, long time no see. Welcome to the show, my sister out of Florida, another hot spot, which is Texas and Florida is running neck to neck when it come down to this virus, and both of us have dumbass governors. There's no other way of putting it. So, welcome to the show. Glad to see you on tonight. It's been a while. I know you're the hardest working woman in the industry. So, I see the work that you're doing and continue to do it. So, um, I'm great. I'm great. I'm doing good. Uh, as you know, had been some struggles going on within, but we doing good. So um, continue to do the great work. Matter of fact, um, if there's any truck drivers that are out there that need a great dispatcher, holla at me. I got somebody for you. Holla at me. And the only thing you need to be concerned about is keeping the wheels turning. Holla at me and I can hook you up with a great dispatcher that give you the top money for it. So if it's a truck driver that need a dispatcher and want to be focused on just driving, hit your bar up. So uh, and I can hook you up in the right way, in the right direction to make sure you're getting the max money that you can get on every load. Um, so tonight, yeah, we're going to talk about a couple of things. Some and some things that people may not realize, and then we're going to talk about some foods, and then we're going to talk about our governor that don't want to allow a mask mandate, but he asking for trailers to keep bodies in. Something wrong with that picture. So, but to start off, we're going to talk about how this virus is claiming more young victims as death climb yet again. This is from the AP News, and a young mother had just celebrated her first wedding anniversary and was one of six members of a Jacksonville church to die over a 10-day span. Another Florida woman had just given birth to her first child, but was only able to hold the newborn girl for a few moments before dying. A California man died a few weeks shy of his 53rd birthday, while his wife was on a ventilator at the same hospital in Oakland, unaware of his passing on August the 4th. The COVID-19 death toll has started soaring again as the Delta variant tears through the nation unvaccinated population and fills up hospital with patients, many of whom are younger than during earlier phase of the pandemic. The U.S. now is averaging about 650 deaths a day, increasing more than 80% from 2 weeks ago, and going past the 600 mark on Saturday for the first time in 3 months. Data on the age of demographic of victim during the Delta surge is still limited, but hospitals and virus hotspots say they are clearly seeing more admission and death among people under the age of 65. Florida hospital officials saying an influx of young, healthy adults filling their wards across the state, many requiring oxygen. In the past week in Florida, 36% of the death occurred in the under 65 population, compared with 17% in the same week last year, when the state was experiencing a similar COVID surge. Florida is the national leader in coronavirus death, averaging more than $150, not $150, 150 a day in the past week. The younger patient marked a swift from the elderly and frail, many living in nursing homes, who succumbed to their virus a year ago before states made seniors a priority to get um, vaccinated first. More than 90% of seniors have had at least one shot, compared to about 70% for American under 65. I'm only going to give y'all the facts. The thing is, it's your choice what you do, but do not stay up all night and want to tell me I'm wrong about what's in front of you. You have to think for yourself, because if you allow people to think for you, they control you. They control your mind. They will control everything you try to do in life. At some point, you got to wake up and say, you know what? This is serious. This is serious. This is no joke. This is not a game. Your life is not a game. Because one thing like this virus, and what I kept saying last night, it don't discriminate. It don't care who you support political. It don't care what race you are. It don't care about your sexuality. It don't care about anything. If you get it, you have a 50-50 chance from the beginning. A lot of people have survived it. A lot of people haven't. You have to do what's best for you. This ain't nothing about politics. Once your life is over, you cannot push reset and start it back over. Once it's over, it's done. Game over. You can't go and push that reset button or start the game over. It's over. You have one life. Protect it. Protect it by any means necessary. If you got to wear a mask, wear a mask. Whatever it's called to do to keep you and your family safe, do it. Welcome all aboard to the show. Thank you for tuning in. Um, he's saying hello, everyone. Um, Radio said, I heard a pastor being interviewed say, I don't know what a real pandemic looked like, but this ain't it. I wish you had that pastor name because we will put his dumb ass on blast because he's still a man before he's a pastor. Because that's the problem we have. We have people like that that is uh, feeding folks these type of things, which is wrong. That's the same reason why we still in this situation because Trump went against everything the doctor said, everything, everything the doctor said went against it. But what he's not telling folks how he got the vaccine. What he not telling people how he actually have some better medication than any of us have access to it. But people still gonna lose their mind behind it and want to try to have an argument about it. Now, radio. I know you said you read the comments, and I know at least one of my comments. I was so tired, I kept falling asleep while I was trying to respond. So overlooked the grammar and I may have misspelled some things and overlooked that part of it because I was tired. But the thing is, it should not be an argument. Everybody should be on the same page of wanting to get rid of this virus. For over a year and a half now, people still thinking it's not real. But these same ones that's telling you it's not real are the same ones that are going to get the vaccine, and they not telling you they got it. They don't care about you. So yeah, you have to do what's best for you and your family. Hollaboy said this has created a huge strain on people who need home health aid as well. My grandma can't even get regular home health aid. Unfortunately, this is the time that we're in. Because here it is. I know a lot of people that have done home health aid, certified nurses and nurses aides and all of this, and they may go to many houses. And due to the pandemic, a lot of people are struggling because either they came across somebody that may have the virus, may not have the virus, and they being exposed. So yeah, it's um it's bad. It's bad across the board. That's why all of a sudden you see all these restaurants talking about, hey, we paying $19 an hour. But all these years you've been paying minimum wage. Now all that extra money you saved up. Now they want to pay them halfway right. Um, all the boys said a lot of those pastors would rather have their member lose their lives than lose tithes. Ooh, you sounded like Marcellus saying that. And as long as you pay that tithe before you die, we okay. The Lord would let you in, is what they probably tell you. But that's so true. That is so true. Marcella said, I tell you what, the U.S. has pushed more money than a little bit. I'll be damned if we can't get free health care. Mm, yeah, we should have it. Canada can have it. Why we can? One of the richest country, and you can't even take care of your people. I have a problem with the fact that um our veterans come back from war and they cannot even get help. Okay, some of them may not want help, but at the same time, I know personally when veterans come back from the Vietnam War and stuff like that, it's like trying to pull teeth to get their benefits, especially the black veterans. It's hard for them to get it. It shouldn't be like that. Yeah, I understand people have issues. People have mental issues. People have drug habits. Some people just don't want the help. I understand that. But it's a lot of people that want the help, but because of the way that the system had treated them, they scared to get the help now because they've been told no so many times. All the boys said, let's see where that money we're supposed to be saving from leaving Afghanistan. Ooh, see, I that's a sad situation. And yeah, we was over there for 20 years. Um, but to see those people trying to hold on to a moving plane as it take off, that's a sad situation. And as soon as the U.S. troops moved out, the Taliban moved in. So for 20 years, nobody was prepared. That's a sad situation. Hate to say it. Uh, if you are on my personal Facebook page, please go over to Speak on it with Who You With Kurt Dog. For you can live chat with us in the chat room, and I can put your message up on the stream. I have it right at the bottom of the stream. You can actually look at it for you can get the proper spelling of it. But definitely go over to Speak on it with Who You With Kurt Dog. And if you decide to chat with us, um, we can put it up on the screen. And also go on over there and like the page too. Like the page, click the notification, whichever platform you on. Please take the time to do that. Um, but yeah, uh, that's a bad situation on there, all aboard. Radio said, I like how the guy in the comments said masks don't protect 100%. Nobody has promoted that mask or fail safe, but his logic is if it isn't perfect, then wear no mask at all. Not the smartest opinion. Like I've responded to him, any protection is better than no protection. Nothing is guaranteed. But if you can prevent just a little bit, you have a better chance. You have a better chance of surviving. Because here it is, you talking to somebody, and I've been around many of people. Um, some back in the days, they'll give you a shower just talking to them. And um, for whatever reason, some just talk and have watery mouth, some just may have a tooth missing. They say something, it'll just so yeah, any help will help. But I hope they did follow, and I did see what one of them did at least subscribe to the channel. I don't know which one, but I didn't get a chance to check it out today. Um, so they try to triple team me, but I said, okay, cool. It's all good. This, as Marcella Smith say, it's the people show. Everybody is welcome. Everybody is welcome. So Marcella said, we were there for 20 years with my understanding to teach them how to fight. They haven't learned how to shoot a, a Roman candle. 20 years worth of money. We should get a 20 years of tax break. I, I don't even know how to respond to that. That Roman calendar tucked me out, Marcellus. But it's true though. 20 years. 20 years. They should have been ready. And from my understanding, they actually um, they left the vehicles there in the desert. Said it would have cost them more bringing them back. You don't do that. 20 years. But now it's getting ready to cost us more money because the US is sending, I think I heard like 6,000 troops over. So now we finna go back over there and start this back over again. That was a waste of 20 years. Um, yeah, that's jacked up. Marcellus, they were there to make money. I don't. Okay, 20 years of wasted time. I agree with you. That's a long time. 20 years. And what did we have to show for it? About to go back over there again. To our troops that have received their notice, we praying for you. Go over there and do what you got to do and stay safe. It's interesting that during that 20 years have been in the biggest ultimate producing region, American development, pandemic and big pharmaceutical company got richer than ever. Yeah, yeah, because put it like this, they would always send me medication, and I'm looking at, why are y'all sending me a year's supply? I don't need that much medication. Because first of all, if I need it, I'm gonna take it. But if I don't need it, I'm not gonna take it. That's a waste of money. I'm not good at taking medication out of the fear. You hear about so many people getting hooked on it. Now, if it's something I have to take, okay, I'm down for it. But just to take it just because I have it, no, I'm not about that life. I like to know what's going on. And I learned that, shoot, about 25 years ago. No, not even that long. It was about 20 years ago. Going through some things and um, went to my doctor, and My doctor, he was cool. Older cat. He said, "Look, you're burning your candle short." I'm one of those type of people. I don't need for you to give me clues. I want you to spell it out what you're saying. I said, "What exactly do you mean, doctor?" He said, "Look, if you keep going the way you're going, you're not gonna be around. You need to get you some rest." I said, "Well, hey, you putting it like that. I guess I need to get some rest." He gave me some pills to help me sleep at night. This pill was probably, let me take this off the screen, probably about this big, talking about this big, low, either white or yellow pill, whatever it was. But anyway, I took one of those pills and I slept for 18 hours straight. And I said, nope, not fooling with that again. People could have came into the house, robbed me blind, moved me around. I want to know what was going on until that pill wore off. I don't want nothing to control me like that. And that's when my prayer life got stronger. I said, if God can't do it, it can't be done. So, um, so that's my fear of taking all these different medications that doctors prescribe to you, and you really don't need it. Um, I see a car stopping out here, uh, and it's making sure they ain't doing nothing shady. Um, but yeah, yeah, I don't, I don't believe in just taking pills just because. Um, but Marcellus also said all aboard. That's true, but our taxes got raised also. So who was getting the money? Yeah, that's another good question. Who got the money? Because somebody got it. Uh, see, I never should have looked down at radio comment. They should have fought the Taliban by forcing them to listen to Ted Cruz speech. That would have driven them from the country faster than anything. See, that's what I'm talking about. I cannot with radio. I try not to read the comments while while I'm in the middle of talking because radio say something like that, and I see all aboard and kind of got on the radio side and started doing stuff like that too. Um, Trying to see what's going on out here because this car just posted up. But um, then also all aboard said when you get time, look into it. Like Avastan is the biggest producer of the plant that made the pain pill. Ooh, that people are hooked to. Mm, how they do that during a war we couldn't win? Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that. But it's a possibility because let the truth be told, I've been told a lot of other stuff is coming from over there too. Um, and so maybe they got what they. I'm gonna leave that alone. Um, radio even better if they show Ted's pitch. Ooh, boy, yeah, y'all all on Ted Cruz tonight, and his silent self, and um, yeah. So that's a sad situation either way, because can you? At first, when I seen the video, I'm thinking the plane is landing. I'm thinking the plane is coming in to land because I see hundreds of people running around this plane, jumping on it, trying to hold on to it. Then they cut the video off and said several of those people was killed. I didn't realize the plane was taking off, which is crazy. But then again, um, we also need to continue to fight the war that we have here. the domestic terrorists that we have here, um, with the January 6th Capitol Hill attack. We need to continue to fight that war and bring those people to justice and hold them accountable like they should be. Um, I was looking at this story. I seen it yesterday. Man style reporter attack at protests at LA City Hall. Anti-vaxxers. Los Angeles AP. A man was stabbed and a reporter was attacked Saturday at a protest against vaccine mandate on the south lawn of Los Angeles City Hall after a fight broke out between the protester and counter-protester. The Los Angeles Police Department and local media said about 2 p.m., a group of several hundred people holding American flags, Trump, Trump's flag, and signs calling for medical freedom arrived at City Hall. Um, Sorry about that. My hands are rough, but I had to use some sanitizer. Uh, Arrived at City Hall around 2 p.m. for the rally. The Los Angeles Times reported a small group of counter protesters gathered nearby. About a half an hour later, a fight broke out between the protester and counter protester. The Times report. The LAPD said on its Twitter account that it is a aware of a one male that was stabbed and is being treated by the LAFD, referring to Los Angeles Fire Department. The man was taken to a nearby hospital where he is in serious condition. LAPD officer Mike Lopez said no arrests have been made, but the investigation is ongoing. The department tweeted counter protester could be seen spraying mace while members of anti-vaccine rally stream death threats, the Times reported. KPCC radio report Frank Stozer was seen walking out of the park near City Hall, being streamed at by anti-mask protesters, the Times reported. One man was seen kicking him. Stozer told a police officer he had been assaulted while trying to conduct an interview, the Times reported. Stossel later tweeted, "Sometime, some things happened to me. Something happened to me today that never happened in 30 years of reporting in LA at LAS. I was shoved, kicked, and my eyeglasses was ripped off my face by a group of guys at a protest outside City Hall during an anti-vax recall. I gave him newsroom pro-Trump rally." Stozer added that he is in good condition. The story have been updated to correct the last name of KPCC reporter who was attacked. His name is Frank Storza, not Stoza. Um, so all about vaccine. I'm like this: if you don't want the vaccine, fine. Don't take it. That's your choice. But don't get upset at people that take it. Don't get upset at people that are trying to protect you and protect themselves. Don't do it. But you want to get upset because somebody decide to get the vaccine to protect them and their loved ones. If you don't care about yourself, that's your choice. Matter of fact, if you don't think it's true, go volunteer on the COVID ward and don't wear no protective gear. And let me know how that work out. You come back, don't get nothing. Lord was on your side. But hey, like I said, go ahead. It's your rights. But don't get upset at people that trying to protect themselves as well as you. A lot of laugh. Maybe Ted Cruz should teach them how to defend, since Trump didn't have a didn't give a damn about his life on January 6th, and he still defended him. That's some good defense, better than the 2000 Ravens. See, I cannot read y'all comments while I'm in the middle of talking. Y'all are tripping tonight. Uh, Radio said if they showed Ted Cruz picture, wouldn't that be cruel and unusual punishment? Shout out to Ted Cruz for the ugliness. um, you're right. That might be considered. Y'all are tripping. What's going on with my mic? Y'all are tripping tonight, which is cool. Um, but it's your choice. It's your choice. If you don't want to wear a mask, fine. Don't wear one. Just have your affairs in order. You don't want to get vaccinated? Fine. Don't get vaccinated. Just have your affairs in order. That's all I'm saying. Have your affairs in order. Because all aboard and said and stay away from me. And I'm talking to everybody. See, I just so happened I seen it pop up on my monitor, and I cannot read y'all comments. that, yeah, that is. I'm gonna leave that one alone. Ted Cruz wife, remember Mr. Trump. That's an ugly situation, ain't it? But yeah, if you don't want to get vaccinated, don't get vaccinated. It's shit yours. But remember, the decision that you make, and if you make the wrong decision, it can also be your last decision. Because what'll happen, you make the wrong decision, and we've seen it quite a bit, where people was talking about, I ain't getting this vaccine, I ain't gonna get it. Then you get the virus. Next thing you know, rest in peace, little boy Blue, and you're out of here. There's no coming back. The choice is yours. Stop being a follower and be a leader. That's how you do that. Stop being a follower and be a leader. Now, oh, I didn't see you coming. If you're a top vaccine person, do you refuse anesthesia? Ooh, that's a good question. Because I know I had one surgery, and the doctor said, "Oh no, we're not going to put you under. We're just going to give you a local anesthesiology." And he got the he talking about, I'm gonna give you a couple of shots and you won't feel it no more. When it was said and done, I think I had almost about 20 shots before my shoulder went dead. I didn't feel it anymore. And said everything except a child of God while they was doing it. And he told me, hey, uh, it's women in here. I said, I apologize, but this shit hurt. You lied to me. Um, Shit, hit me, knock me out, do whatever you have to do. But that was some painful stuff. And of course, I apologize, but I was like, look, um, I come out, came out, my mama, she was sitting there, she was like, we heard you. My wife, like, yeah, we heard you. I was like, but that hurt. Yeah, I'm like, look, that was some, mm-mm. Yeah, go ahead and have surgery like that. You big and bad. Don't worry about it getting some help. Man up. Do it like you have to do it, but but still protect yourself. Um, so the numbers is on the rise, and I don't know if SAL is still in here, but Are they receiving trailers? If you are SAL or even all aboard, you're in Florida too. Um, are y'all receiving trailers to store bodies in like New York had to when it first started? Um, um, no, they didn't because in 2017, once I got the infection, um, the anesthesiology had put me to sleep. Everything was fine. Um, my blood pressure shot up. Now they try to say I had blood pressure issue. Never had blood pressure issue, nothing like that. But when I had to have another surgery 2 days later, he apologized to me for waking me up wrong, and because I nearly died from it, I woke up and I had some type of tube in me and all of this, and didn't realize how long I was back there until later on. My wife was saying that um was saying that she kept asking about me, but they just said, "Oh, he's in recovery, he's in recovery." But after a couple of hours, she like, "No, what's going on?" Then he's end up telling I had complication. Of course, they always gonna put it on the patient. But then when the anesthesiology apologized for waking me up wrong, that's where the problem came in at. And so because it was in my chart, uh, that particular doctor said he wasn't gonna put me under because he didn't want complication, whatever it was, due to the fact that I almost died from the surgery before then. He was like, no, it's a simple surgery. It won't take long, 30 minutes and you'll be done. But hell, it took about 30 minutes just to get me numb enough. So uh, that was some crazy thing. And here it is. I'm not looking at them, but I can hear them after they got finished doing what they doing, putting the staples in my shoulder. And I think I had almost 30 staples. So that's, and you hearing it, I'm like, dude, and trying to pull them out, it was rough. It was rough, and I was like, nah, I didn't like that at all. So it wasn't because it was cheaper; it was just the fact. Um, he said it wasn't going to take long, and then the fact that um, I had complication before because they had to put it in my chart. Well, actually, that doctor didn't put it in my chart, but I told him about it because it's always best to let the doctors know exactly what type of medical issues you've had experience in the past and all of this. For then they would choose the best choice to do it. But I trusted that man. He said it wasn't gonna hurt, and yeah, um, I don't like needles. So I never liked needles. And that's I don't care. I don't like needles. I'm mm-mm. Matter of fact, when I went and got my vaccine, I told the woman, I said, look, I'm probably gonna pass out. She like, that's all right, we'll post some water on you. I was like, okay. Um, I had a doctor reset my dislocated shoulder with no drugs. It hurt worse going back in than when it came out. Yep. Um, yeah, it's serious. It's very serious. It, I never had a dislocated shoulder, but I've had a lot of pain with my shoulder. It's better now, but trying to get back to the swing of things. Um, 8 surgeries later, that's a lot. on one shoulder. Um, and I have a, a scar about this long on my shoulder. So that's all from the first clown that did the surgery. Um, so that I know uh, that's kind of crazy. Oh, you said they'll spread it out. Well, Texas, what they're doing with the trailers, they asked for 5. Uh, they talking about San Antonio, probably Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth, and Austin, most likely. They want to put one in every major city. So that's that's even more of a scary sight to do that, and you're still refusing to make a mass mandate. That's the type of leadership we have here. So yeah. Marcella said, to the people who don't want the vaccine and don't want to wear a mask, what's the solution to end the virus? That's a good question. I would like to know, because the bottom line is they don't have an answer. They don't know. They have no idea. They just want it. It's their rights. That's all they know. It's their rights not to wear a mask. Well, guess what? It's also your rights when you go up to the upper room or to the bottom room. Either way, it's gonna be my right to pay to look straight over it and to talk about it. Well, he said he wasn't gonna vaccinate. He didn't want that vaccine. And he said it was his rights. Yeah, it was his rights to commit a suicide mission. And I will still ask you then how it worked out for you. Inquiry minds want to know, how did it work out for you? Radio said they think by ignoring the virus, it would just disappear like the like the great orange clown told them to do. You follow this clown, that's what's gonna happen. So but on a serious note, everybody really need to take this thing serious. I've been saying that ever since we've been on the show. This virus is no joke. Um, um, this virus is no joke. You could definitely uh, lose your life behind it. So um, definitely protect yourself at all times. That's all I can say. Protect yourself at all time. And phone lines is always open during the live show, so you can always call in. And if you don't want to sit up and type all the time, call in. We can talk. But if for some reason, if more people start to call, I will have to limit your phone call. And also, if you call in, please be respectful. Um, Most people that call in know that we don't play around, so you can definitely call in. And but if you start to be disrespectful, I will disconnect it. And also, please do not block your number. To accept, press 1. Speak on it.
What's going on, Kirk?
Oh, not much. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Still in Florida, so there's that.
Yeah. Now, which part of Florida are you in? You're in the South, or no? You said you're in Miami, right?
I'm in South Florida.
Okay.
Miami.
Okay. All right. Cool. I've never been to Miami. I'm working.
And that's the thing. We have a.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, so that's the thing. We have a lot of issues in Miami on top of the virus, and I think it's going to get worse because unfortunately the people in Haiti just experienced a horrible earthquake.
Yes.
And we have a large Haitian community here, and so they're gonna. Hopefully Biden does the right thing and and gives them aid and welcomes them because a lot of them have family members here as well. But we have Miami is one of the major port cities, or just we're pretty much the access point for the Caribbean and places like that. And I don't know what DeSantis is always talking about when he's talking about the borders being open, because we're 1,000 miles away from Mexico. So I don't even know what he means by that. But I hope that if he tries to shut those people down, that leadership does the right thing and overrides him, because I have a feeling he's going to try to pull that card and not give those people refuge that just experienced that earthquake.
Well, I think Biden will do the right thing. As for the borders being open, uh they mainly, and I'm sorry for laughing, 'cause Marcellus, he about to commit a slow death with his comments and stuff. Uh, uh, but
The sad part is I can't see the comments when I'm on the phone.
oh, well, I'll tell you what he said. He's radio said I like Cuban coffee in Miami, and then Marcellus talking about all the boys sound nice.
Oh boy.
Then he gonna say
Sometimes it's better to be blind.
wait a minute.
It's better to be blind than deaf.
Then he gonna say I still love Miss Risky.
Oh my god.
I'm up here trying not to read his comments, but as they pop up, first thing came to my mind, boy, he trying to get cut with some salt off in him. Welcome to the show, T Cal. Uh, is in the house. Said, "Hey, Kurt Dog, it's another late night, but I'm happy to fly it in." Sound like Marcellus is getting cut up. Yeah, because you never know. Miss Risky might be listening. She'll chime in real quick. Be talking about, that's why I don't like you. But
She's smart. She's smart. And I'm gonna stay away too. On that note,
no, but
I will stay away from too.
yeah, but when they talk about the borders and all of that, they mainly talking about between the ones in Texas, because that's where a lot of people are coming in at. But they talk about it, but they've been talking about the borders for a long time, since the 50s, I believe. And the reason why it become a big issue with the border, and that's the reason why marijuana is not legal in the United States. And well, it is in some places, but they made it illegal for the simple fact a lot of uh, Hispanics was coming here back in the I want to say the 40s or 50s. I can't remember the dates, but when they came, that was the source of income. And the Hispanic community from Mexico always used marijuana as a healing power. So they decided to make it illegal for the simple fact that they said if they don't make it illegal, they white women would actually smoke it, and they would encourage them to sleep with a black guy. So
Isn't that something how they were able to tie in all the minorities that easily? Like,
yeah,
it comes from Mexico, so we don't like them. And then if the white women use it, they could sleep with a black guy. Why wouldn't they sleep with a Mexican guy?
well, the thing is, what they was doing back then, they was actually arresting the Hispanic guys, and because they was here on a visa, it made them ineligible to be here, so they would be deported.
That's why I've always said, and I'm gonna keep your show PG. I've always said the fear of the black man has fueled this economy in so many ways.
Yeah,
Just the fear of the black man taking a white woman, and I don't think that's a national security issue, but apparently some people do, and they still do. the industrial prison complex, all of that. Like
It's
a
it's
lot of it, it's just
it's a
irrational
money
fear.
game. It's a money game. And matter of
Hmm.
fact, if you pull up the article, uh, why is marijuana illegal in America? And it'll break it down. And I was like, wow, because we did a show on it a couple of months back about it. And I was like, okay, this is very interesting. That's the reason why marijuana is illegal. And when the Hispanics was selling it, they would arrest them and charge them with drugs and got them deported. That's why marijuana is not it's not legal in America in most
Well, and
places.
they still use that same excuse as well. But my question or my concern is Governor DeSantis. He was talking about the border as if he runs a state with a border of Mexico. We
That's
don't have a border with Mexico.
that's
So
a
why is he acting like that is the reason why we have COVID?
that's a Trump move because what I feel what the two of them are trying to do between Florida governor and the piece of a governor that we have here in Texas, they're trying to put their name in a hat to run for president. That's the only reason why they doing this. They trying to put their name out here to appeal to certain people, but here it is. When it's all said and done, when you meet your matcher, you're gonna have to explain why did you allow so many people to die. You could have prevented this. It's a blessing to be in a position like that, but then you take advantage of the people that you're supposed to serve, and you looking down on them. But when judgment day come, hell is gonna be paid, and you better repent, ask for forgiveness, because it's no joke. Um, but yeah, I feel what you're saying, and also um, hopefully they both wake up. And I feel like the only reason why they doing it because they know they vaccinated. They have access to some good medication that we don't have access to. So
Absolutely, they do.
that's the reason why they doing it because they feel like, hey, yeah, that ain't gonna bother us, no. We got good
Before he
health
said
plan.
that Trump, he secretly went like in the beginning, like right after the vaccine came out, he secretly went and got it. Him and his entire family.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're telling people to go drink chloroquine or take some craziness.
And some people did it and
Like,
died.
yeah, or just to try to like, oh my goodness, use like what was he saying, X-rays or something, some sort of UV rays to like he's telling people things that he wouldn't trust for his own family and for himself. Because I care about what Trump does personally more than I do about what he would do for his family. Because that's the most narcissistic human being
You almost cussed. You should have
that I've
just let it
ever.
out.
Man, I don't know what his father was like, but Trump,
Oh, they said
Donald Trump.
they said his father was hell. He was a
I can only
gangster.
imagine.
Said he was a gangster. He was in the real estate business, but they said he was gangster.
Yeah, they said he was getting locked up with the KKK and out there just running amok, like a real terrorist, a real American terrorist, if you ask me. American immigrant terrorist. Wasn't he an immigrant?
yeah. Um,
He was
he was an immigrant, and but he came here and got real big in the real estate business, and then his even Trump brother, the one that died last year, uh, Mary Trump tried to warn us. Trump is just like his grandfather. He messed his brother out of their inheritance. I'm like this. Give the man what he deserved, what was given to him. But hey, each family have issues, but Trump is one of those type that is just off the chain. Now, here's
Each
an
family has issues, but not each family has power. That's the problem. Because I wouldn't put a good amount of my family members into any sort of like government office. I wouldn't vote for a good amount of them. So each family has issues, but not every family has power.
I
The Bushes.
exactly. I said when Mary Trump said that, I said, you know what? Y'all better pay attention to her because nobody know you better than your own family.
Right.
She
And
unwrote
it
a
takes a lot to go against your family.
yeah, and she wrote a book and everything. So she's like, no, yeah. She put it in the book telling y'all that, hey, this dude ain't no good. He's a thug. And I seen and Trump been like that for years because I seen an old interview probably 25 years ago or something where I want to say was it Barbara Walter? There was some reporter, female reporter that was interviewing him, and he said he didn't like what she was saying and she was fake news. He got up and walked out. So that fake news is not new to him. There's been years of him saying this fake news. So yeah, you definitely Trump is one of those people. Far as I can see him, I don't trust him. And even after he gone, I'm still searching for my wallet.
The, the first time I actually started to doubt COVID was real, and I mean, just hear me out, is
Okay.
when he got it and survived. Because I said, that made me doubt everything. Like, like, Lord, if anyone deserves COVID, like, thank you for, it happened. But for him to recover, and then I remembered those good medications they were giving him at Walter Reed.
Yep.
I said, okay, Lord, science in you, with science in you, we can do all things, and there must be a plan.
Yeah. It must be
There must be a plan.
must be a plan. Cause the thing is, I'm gonna be honest, because I don't wish bad on nobody. And I was telling some people, I said, you know what? I hope Trump pull out of this. I hope it make him a better person. He could come out and give his real testimony. But he did everything the other way. Oh, it wasn't that bad. It's not that bad. I got over it. It's like having the
It's,
flu.
I mean, with a helicopter, you know, he came out of a helicopter saying that. I don't have a helicopter. I don't know about you. I don't know about you and your situation, but right as for now, I don't have a helicopter. And he got off that helicopter and he said, like, he survived, and think that's a blessing. But we don't have the access to the things that they have, But he does. His voice was bigger than our voice,
Yeah,
and he had the obligation to tell the truth because he hears it. And it's so sad that the majority of the people that are affected are his own supporters. People that are getting infected and dying are his people. The people that don't have insurance were his people.
but Trump
You
don't
know,
care. That's where
that's why.
people mess up at because when Trump came in, want to change the Obamacare and all of that, but people weren't realizing. Only thing they was hearing was Obamacare. But what they wasn't
I don't.
realizing, if he changed it, what was going to happen? They no longer was going to have benefits because he didn't have a
Mhm.
backup plan.
I would say they should be fighting to lose their own insurance, the way they're fighting for the American people to lose affordable health care. They should be fighting to lose. They should just, if they renounce theirs, it still wouldn't even be an even playing field because they have the resources. They make more than the average American. I don't want to go too far off topic, but I remember during this whole pandemic, um, they were really arguing whether Americans deserve $2,000, $1,200. Like,
For a year.
I don't know about where you live. The states that I've lived in, rent is very expensive. I'm talking like over $2,000 or Sorry, they're going crazy over here. I'm over $2,000, and in a big city, that $1,200 just don't hit the same as it would in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Or it just doesn't. And they were arguing that while they were getting $3,000 a week. And they were all getting their checks. Every week they're getting their money. And they have their other budgets and things like that. So it's like, come on, we're being conned.
And they was going on vacation at the time. So
they were going on vacation while we were starving.
Exactly. And the whole thing about that stimulus check and all of that, if you really about taking care of American people, let it be a stimulus where it's strictly for the American people, not sending money elsewhere to other countries, stuff like that. Forget about them. Take care of home first. Take care of home.
That's why I said I want to see if after this happened with Afghanistan, because that was horrible. Yep. I cried seeing the images. Horrible. I want to see what they do with that extra money that we're saving, since they were able to fund that for 20 years and it was a waste of money. Let's do some reparations now then.
Well, what they're going to say now, because they're going to have to send 6,000 troops back over there to get it under control. So they're going to say that's where the money went for that. But it's a sad situation, even with Haiti. Someone mentioned Haiti earlier in the chat. I don't know if it was you or radio, but somebody mentioned Haiti. As for Haiti right now, they just got hit by that massive earthquake a couple of days ago. They're working against time right now before Fred come in there. Is it Fred or Grace? It's like 3 tropical storms. Yeah, but one of them is hitting directly there. I don't even know the name yet. It's Fred, Grace, and Henry. One of them hit Florida today as a tropical storm. Mm-hmm. So I guess y'all, I don't know if it's in your area, but y'all should have got a lot of.
It's probably gonna hit, but it depends on how it does then. Then it might get bigger and turn into a hurricane. It might hit them as a hurricane, but they don't need any water, because that's kind of what happened after that building collapsed in Miami. And this is supposed to be a first world country, and we have buildings collapsing over here for no reason, you know. But if that storm hits, it's going to impede on the rescue. The water is going to.
Well, it's definitely going to impede on it in Haiti, because it's heading straight to them, and their work. I've seen it before I came on the air that they working against time to try to save as many people as they can. And matter of fact, today they pulled the mother and child out. I think it was a daughter, but a mother and a child out that they rescued today, I believe. And but they're rushing against time, trying to get it semi under control before the hurricane hit. And people think climate change is not happening. Look at everything that's going around. The earthquakes, the hurricanes. Yes, we in hurricane season, but also we just so many things going on right now in this pandemic. So it's a lot going on that we having to fight against, that we really need to be able to come together as people and say, hey, let's work this out. Come on one accord. If everybody is on one accord to say, you know what, let's beat this pandemic, this virus, let's beat it, do whatever we have to do to beat it. But unfortunately for some people, they're not going to come down to that point until it affects them personally. And like I said last night, I know, and the number have gone up because I found out some other people that is fighting this virus now, that I know personally. And I probably know about 12 people that have recently fought it, are still in the middle of fighting this fight against COVID, and at least one is in the hospital. So it's a sad situation. And this is not what somebody told me. This is people that I know personally that is dealing with this. And then also I know a lot of people that have dealt with it personally, that um, have a friend that actually had heart issues after having COVID. He started to have heart problems, so now he have to carry a machine, uh, just to, in case his heart start messing up, it shock it back, get it back on beat. And that's all from the COVID that he caught last year. So yeah, it's not a good situation for nobody. But people have to realize that hey, we got to do something better. We have to take a chance. And also, all aboard. Marcellus had put up when you mentioned the prison industry. He said go watch Dick Gregory on how the prison industry became so successful. It's a documentary out about that. So
I would look into that because Dick Gregory, that man was beyond his time and our time, like with just the wisdom.
Oh yeah, very wise man, and a lot of people didn't give him credit like he should have gotten, because they looked at him like, oh, that's just another black man talking that don't have no sense. Or back in his time, they would have said this just another smart Negro. And so the thing is, but Dick Gregory is very knowledgeable, have a lot of had a lot of good knowledge, and it's best to go back and pull up some of his old videos if you can find them and listen to them. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna end up going to pull that up myself on the prison industry, what Dick Gregory was talking about, because it's time to reform prisoners, the prisons. Go ahead.
Well, we spoke about that before. Like it's all strategic. Anything that politicians propose, you have to always look into the motives and who's proposing it. But why would it be why would it be put in law in states that are mainly minorities? Minority people are okay. Let me start over. States where minorities are the main people incarcerated. There is no there are voting restrictions in states where the majority of people are Caucasian. Like for example, in some states like on the northwest, the northeast border, like with Canada, up there, those states, their inmates are allowed to vote even while they're in prison.
No,
they're still allowed to vote. But then other states where the people who are incarcerated, I just noticed there's a discrepancy there. Does that make any sense?
yeah, yeah, it makes sense. Okay. Because now depends on, and you, which state that you say that was?
I believe it's Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Wherever Bernie Sanders is from, they're able to vote even while they're incarcerated. And I believe it's Vermont. No, I believe it's Vermont and Rhode Island.
Okay,
but I can be checked.
Now,
I need to check it right now.
Now, what's probably going to happen is they probably able to vote, and I don't know for sure because I don't know anything about it. But I would assume they could vote, but it won't count, not unless it's a tiebreaker or something. I don't know for sure.
No, they can vote. They can vote.
Oh,
they can vote, and I'm not talking about the states where you can only vote once you get your rights restored.
Okay.
But I'm talking about states where you can actually vote as an inmate, and those states are like majority white states, but other states where the people that are locked up are are non-white, it seems like they get a harsher treatment, because even in Florida, when we voted to restore the voting rights after someone has served their time, the governor is still fighting that. So that's how I know votes matter, because they wouldn't be fighting this hard if it wasn't important.
No, okay. Um, I'm
I think
gonna
you have to fact check it.
yeah, I'm gonna have to verify that because when I put in what state let inmate vote, um, 5 states came up, but it's saying those states, um, felons are also prohibited from voting in federal election, even if their conviction were from state crime. 5 states, California, Colorado, Connecticut, New York, and South Dakota, allow probationary to vote, but not inmates or parolees. So, yeah, I'm gonna
This
have
one
to.
says Maine and Vermont, all prisoners are eligible to vote. And then some prisoners in Mississippi, Alaska, and Alabama can vote while incarcerated, depending on their convictions. But Maine and Vermont, all prisoners are eligible to vote. And I think that just being incarcerated, I don't think that that should take away your right to have a say in what happens in this country.
Yeah,
I
because it
think
still
that
will
it's,
affect you.
hmm?
It will still affect you regardless.
Right. But it takes out a big demographic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So I'm gonna have to look more into it and see, and maybe we can do kind of bring that up on the show and talk about it. And
All right.
so that's some good information. Now you got me thinking again. Hopefully, Miss Risky is listening. She wrote that down, but I will write it down and do it from there. Kind of do a research on it. But if you're just not tuning in, you are listening to Speak on It with Who You With Kurt. Dog. We have all aboard that is on the phone line with us. You can also call in too. Um, but this is a show for everybody. The People Show, as Marcella Smith say, it's the People Show, a show for everybody. You can always live chat with us, and you can always call in. But if you call in, please do not block your number. And when you call in, please be respectful. You can speak your mind, but be respectful when doing it. Not calling, talking about, oh, you this, you that. We're not gonna go like that. But uh, how you talk, as for whatever subject we're talking about, it's all I'm okay with that. Marcella said, "I like all the boys. She know what she's talking about." Exactly. See, Marcella's he been he been kicking it on the show probably over a year now, but uh, he got a thing for Miss Risky, and Miss Risky like, mm-mm. Yeah, but we've been talking about getting a dating show together. Now, all aboard. I don't know if you single, married, dating or not dating, but if you want,
Listen, I'm not interested. No, he's not going to get me in no problems with Miss Risky.
no, it's all fun and game. But if you're single and if we ever can get this dating game up and find somebody who and find out somebody who's serious enough about coming on the show and doing a dating thing, we've been talking about doing that since February and haven't found nobody. I've been trying to talk Miss Risky into it, but she like, Marcella's talking about, I'm claiming it anyway, Miss Risky with the hard
You
eyes.
see? You see, I'm gonna have to next show when I'm gonna have to comment and let Miss Risky know that he want everybody. He's for the street.
Not for the street. No, Marcellus is actually a pretty nice guy. He looking at starting up a band. Uh, it Marcellus is a pretty good guy. He want to start up a band. He plays instrument. He a hard working young brother. Um, and I actually have met Marcellus. years ago. So he's a pretty nice guy because when he first came onto the show, he was like, "I met you," and he said what city he met me at, and I'm thinking like, "Lord, is this my son?" But
Hold on. Wait a minute.
I like
Wait a minute.
that's from my old days. Um,
Oh God.
but I was like, no. But he's a pretty good guy. Uh, uh-oh. All right, don't tempt him because you know he would. He should write Miss Risky a song. He probably would. But we're making some changes for the show coming up soon. We're still trying to get the detail out, and I'm working on some other stuff too. So when you talked about us coming to Miami and doing live shows, we trying to do some things on that. Um, so we're gonna be doing some things. Matter of fact, tomorrow, hopefully, I have some information. Radio, I wish you was here in town. Um, I'm gonna have to find out if it's gonna be broadcast or not. But if you hear locally, um, uh, uh, I'm sorry, these comments coming in quick. If you hear locally, y'all know what time of the year it is. It's my homeboy birthday coming up, and you know what he do around his birthday. Um, gonna be a go-go party. I have more information hopefully tomorrow, and who knows? You never know what might happen. So you may want to stick around. Uh, so I need to work out all the details first, but definitely um, it's that time of the year. I can't wait. Need something to do. Need to cut a rug somewhere. But hey, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. All aboard. You always welcome to call. You don't never have to ask if I'm finished talking. Well, I guess I need to give a sign. Just once I finish with the stories, if I tell you phone lines open, you can always call in, and it's all good. Not only with all aboard, but anybody that want to call in, um, it'll be pretty good. Okay, I can remember that Marcellus might have a little something for you. Um, September 11th. That's a good friend of
Hey,
ours. A
sorry.
good friend of ours anniversary that day, so I can remember that. So September the 11th, turning 22, ain't you? But all aboard. I appreciate you for calling in. I'm not gonna do 2.5 hours tonight because that was a long show last night, and I got things to do in the morning. But all aboard. You can always call in. Once we get the details on what I'm working on, we would definitely let you know. We'll let you know before we let everybody else know. So so if we come that way, we would definitely let you know and be like, hey, come kick it with us. We're gonna turn up.
Hold on, though. Only if you're vaccinated. That's
Oh,
my requirement, Marcellus. Don't be bringing your virus down here to Florida. We got enough of it. So if you're vaccinated, we can celebrate. Only if you're vaccinated.
exactly. Because you and wear your mask, because
And you got to wear the mask.
have to. And especially going to Florida, because Florida is a hot spot. Even Texas is a hot spot. So you don't know what you're getting. But I tell people all the time, hey, I don't care. I got vaccinated. I know at the beginning I said I'm not gonna do it, but then I started thinking about it. I'm like, no, I work in public with the public. My wife work with the public. We need to protect ourselves. So we definitely had to go and get vaccinated just to make sure we're not bringing anything home. So, and I'm one of those type of people. If I feel something different in my body, I start popping extra vitamins. Like, hey, I need to get rid of this. I don't care what it is. If something don't feel right, mm-mm. I needed to take me some cough syrup or something to get rid of it. So, but all aboard. I appreciate you calling in tonight.
Thank you.
Continue tuning in, and hopefully your grandma will get the help that she needs too. I did uh, read what you put in the comment. Hopefully she can get the help, but and
They're the most vulnerable, and it's very difficult to keep people in the because so many people are exposed to this virus, and so they have to take strict protocols. People don't think about that.
yeah,
Like, you have a lot of elderly people that are living at home that need these services. Can we please get this over with and end this thing and go back to some sort of state of normalcy? But thank you for inviting me to your show. As always, I appreciate it. And I'm gonna get out so you can close up.
all right, I appreciate it. You have a good night. Thank you for always tuning in, and man, that was all aboard. Called in again, faithful listener out of Miami. Miami. Yeah, we need to put the show on the road because I want to start meeting. Well, if you're vaccinated, you wear a mask. I want to start meeting folks. So start doing some more things. But also, like I mentioned earlier, I'm a hopefully I have more details tomorrow, and then we can work on some things here locally. So but other than that, uh oh yeah. Also, if thank you for always mentioning that, Marcellus. If you are struggling right now, because a lot of people are dealing with a lot of stress um, with the pandemic, kids going back to school, dealing with trying to choose should you work or send your kids to school, put them at risk, um, and it's stressful. If you are working, if you are working, go to your HR and ask about the EAP program, Employee Assistance Program. You could get counseling for free. Not just you, but you and your kids, your spouse. You could get it for free. It's always good to go and get help. I know for me personally, I've been taking it every Tuesday since 2018. Every Tuesday, I take counseling, and it's a wonderful thing. When people look at me and some of the things I've gone through, they ask, "How can you keep a smile on your face?" I haven't always had the smile because I've gone through some dark times in my life. But thanks to my counselor, it made it much easier to deal with it. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I've always been one of those people that say, I don't want nobody all up in my business and all of that. But once I went up in there, I think the first two sessions, I'm sitting in there and I have my arms folded. And I'm just looking. Whenever she asked me a question, I gave her a short answer. I'm talking about very short. I probably didn't say no more than about 5 words in there in an hour session. That third time I came in there, I broke down and I cried because I was in so much pain. Dealing with the fact I just got out the hospital, nearly died. But as a black man, I felt like I did not need a counselor to talk to because I felt like they were just going to discuss my business. But I soon realized that a counselor cannot, due to HIPAA, they cannot discuss whatever y'all discuss. Not unless you talking about going in there blowing up something, then that's a whole nother level. But whatever you discuss with them is between the two of y'all. Um, and if they ever have to um, if they have to share information about your treatment, you have to sign off on it. And my counselor, I thank God for her every time I see her because she's a great counselor. And because of that, she actually um, probably saved my marriage, my life, and everything else because I didn't realize how bad my attitude was. But now I can deal with things. So if you are working, go to your HR, ask about the EAP program, Employee Assistant Program. You can get counseling for free for you, your kids, and your spouse. You can get it for free. Um, take advantage of it. You might well. It's not going to cost you nothing. Take advantage of it. It's a good thing. And if you are in the Dallas area and if you need a good counselor, reach out to me. Hit me up on social media. Say, hey, I need a counselor. I send you their information. Reach out to them, and if she can't help you, that's okay. She worked with different people. Matter of fact, and I need to reach out to him, a brother who is also a counselor is going to be coming on. We're trying to get our schedule right, mainly my schedule, um, but trying to get our schedule right. And we're going to have him on the show. And he specializes in different things, specialize in drug counseling, and alcoholism. Because a lot of people been drinking a lot more during this pandemic. A lot of people been taking more drugs during this time. So he specialized in these and how to help people, but he also a great counselor for kids too. So it's a lot that he does. I cannot name everything he do, but I know the work that he do. So we will be talking, trying to get him on pretty soon. So definitely take advantage of it. If you need counseling, definitely. Um, uh, see, that's why I cannot. I'm gonna just put something here on the stream for I cannot look at Marcella's comment when he talked. Um, um, I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm gonna try to go through the comments pretty quick. Thanks for all you do for the community. I want to do more. I want to. Another thing that helped me out was serving. When I went through a lot of stuff 20 years ago, I used to serve in a church all the time, and I served in a homeless ministry. You may feel like you're going through a lot, but when you meet somebody who's going through more stuff than what you're going through, you like, and they got a smile on their face, you like, oh, I want to be happy like them. So that's a whole nother show by itself. Um, Marcella said, I try to be the person that I try to be the person a few people were to me. Thanks, all aboard. Um, if you need someone to make you laugh, call me. I got you. That's why I can't read your comments. But hey, I appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. Tomorrow night, Tuesday, if the good Lord say the same, we will be back again at 8 p.m. Central Time. No matter which platform you are on, please take the time to like, share, tell a friend, click the notification, be a part of the show. Um, be a part of it, and definitely uh, come back. come back, and we could do it all again tomorrow if the good Lord said the same. So until then, I love each and every one of you. Peace.